All right, this is like take four. It's not easy talking to a camera alone in a room like a crazy person. You just keep messing up your thoughts, and especially when you don't have a teleprompter, you're freestyling everything. So just know this as a if you want to do this one day, be a YouTuber, it's not as easy as it looks. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another sports related video. This video is gonna be different than my other sports videos because most of my sports related videos, whether it's like they're ranking videos, right? They're like NHL team name ranking, NFL team name ranking. I've done logo rankings. I've done upgrade, downgrade when a team changes their logo. This one's gonna be a little different. I'm still gonna talk about potential team names and sports logos, but I just want to throw in some opinions first on NHL expansion or expansion in general, really. Now, I know a lot of people are coming from my almost quitting video. Like, I have new subscribers from that. I have new subscribers from how I stay motivated and also how YouTube has changed my life. Because I do a lot of diaries now from being a small creator, from my perspective, how I've learned. And there's more videos of that coming, by the way. Like, there's going to be a lot more. I've written a lot down. But I also have to do what I normally do, which is, while I do a lot of sports, it's not really a sports channel. It's more of a branding channel. Like, I like to look at logos, how, teams come up with logos and stuff like that, or my opinion on their team name and logos and jerseys, all that stuff. First, I want to talk about expansion first, because a lot of people are against expansion. Some are for, but a lot are against it because the NHL, and this is any league, by the way, like you can say this about MLB, and NBA, NFL, more teams, like right now the divisions are nicely balanced, so more teams can mess up now the alignment. The talent might not be there anymore because you're adding more teams, more players. It might be watered down. So in my opinion, like, I'm actually for expansion. I'm all about it. Like, here's the thing. If a city wants a team, I'm like, yeah, give them a team. They want to cheer for a local team, by all means, let them have it. If it makes sense, if they can support it, if the on ice or on field or whatever isn't doing well and they're still going to the games to support them, by all means, have a team. But also, if they can support them financially, because some cities have like all three of the major sports teams. Like, they already have an NBA team and an NFL team and MLB team. So can they actually support the NHL team? I mean, say even Pittsburgh, for example. Pittsburgh doesn't have an NBA team. Can they support an NBA team? Houston has NFL, NBA, MLB. Can they support an NHL team? Like, financially, can they actually go to more games? So, and if they can, then yes, I'm all for expansion. Also, this channel had grown when Arizona relocated to Utah. This channel saw it grow. So selfishly, I actually want to see new teams, because that means that's more content on this channel, because I like to come up with potential team names, team logos. And for me, that's like, what, 4 times more than what I had with the Arizona Utah situation. That's why I'm actually in favor of expansions. Regarding the news or the rumors, I guess, regarding NHL expansion, there's been talks about like 4 potential teams. Well, 2, then 4. So right now there's 32 teams in the NHL, and they might go to 34, and then later on to 36. So I figured I'd look at the top 4 rumors, I guess, people talk about that, oh, these 4 cities can have expansions. And I'm looking at, there's Arizona, Atlanta, Houston, and Quebec City. And I want to look at this from the most realistic order that I see in NHL, that these cities will get an NHL team. I think the order that I have first would be Houston. I think Houston would make sense because it's a big market. They already have an arena ready, the Toyota Center, I believe. And I think they could support an NHL team. A lot of people want the name Houston Aeros, and I want to say that I hate that name. I never liked it. When I look at Aeros, I think of the chocolate bar. I am definitely not in favor of the Houston Aeros. when when the Arizona Coyotes were always rumored to relocate to Houston, not Utah, people were thinking like, okay, they could be the Houston Coyotes. I actually suggested maybe the Space Coyotes. That would make more sense. But yeah, I mean, you can't really come up with a good logo for the Houston Aeros, and it's been done. It's been done to death. They had it in the WHA. They've had it in the AHL. They've had it in the AHL. Yeah, I'm in favor of Houston getting a team. I think they're the first one that would get it if there is expansion. But I would hope they come up with a better name. Better name, better logo. Next, I have Atlanta. I think Atlanta would get a third NHL team. I think it's possible. I know they failed twice, but for two different reasons. I wasn't around when the first one, when the Atlanta Flames, and then they relocated to Calgary. I wasn't even a hockey fan at the time when Atlanta Thrashers were around. So regarding the potential team name, I am actually in favor of the Atlanta Thrashers coming back. I love that name. I love the logo, and also especially because when you look at a Thrasher, someone told me, "Hey, we wanna make a logo on a brown Thrasher, our state bird." I'd be like, "This is impossible. How are you gonna make a Thrasher bird?" The name sounds cool, Thrasher. I mean, I'm thinking of like music or something, but Atlanta Thrashers, like if you're just looking at the bird, I'm like, I wouldn't even be creative enough to come up with a cool logo like that. And I think it's brilliant. It's really nice. You could tell it's a hockey logo, even though I'm not usually in favor of having the hockey stick in a logo for a hockey team. I know it's kind of weird. I'm more of a fan of corporate logos for sports teams. But this is a great name, a great logo, and I'm in favor. I think if they buy it from Spirits, I think they're called Spirit Group. If they can buy the name and logo, I'm actually in favor of that. That's the one time I could see a team coming back and resurrecting a name, because usually I'm in favor of coming up with something new. All right, so next I have Arizona. Now, this was going to be originally the number one potential expansion, but that's because like the owner Morello was supposed to like have a team come, like he had 5 years to come up with a new arena, and then he walked out when the auction. I don't think he was ever going to do it. Whatever. I still think Arizona will get a team again, because it's a big market, and the NHL, based on some interviews that I've read from other reporters, like the NHL wants to be in big markets like Atlanta, like Houston, and Arizona. So I think Arizona would potentially get a team, but they have to find the right owner, the right arena. That's pretty obvious, it's common sense. But am I in favor of the Arizona Coyotes name and logo? I'm going to say I'm indifferent. Personally, I think that it's tainted. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the team name sounds good, Coyotes sounds good, their logo was good, their branding was great, but I'm okay if they change it. Now, I think they have the rights to that name. I think Morello gave that name and logo and branding and all that stuff back to the NHL. So the NHL could technically revive that name for the next owner, but I think they can come up with something better, something new. Let that team name and logo, even though it was a great logo, the Kachina was great. Just let it die. I know I might get a lot of hate for that, but I'm actually for them to rebrand, come up with something totally different. Maybe the Arizona Scorpions. I don't know. Finally, I have Quebec. I think I don't know. Like, it's $1 billion American for expansion from what I've heard. I don't see it. It's possible, but I don't see it 100%. I think fans would support it. Winnipeg. Well, I don't know about Winnipeg if they're having. I mean, Winnipeg can afford their players, but the fans, can they support the team? I mean, I've been hearing that in the last year, like wasn't the arenas like empty, even though they were a good team last year. So can Quebec, like the fans, can they actually support paying to go to games? I mean, I don't know. But I like talking more about the brand part. So I like the name Quebec Nordiques, but I never liked that logo. I hate that logo. I was around when that team was playing, and I always hated that logo. I know it's supposed to be an N in the shape of an igloo and a hockey stick. I think people just like that logo because of nostalgia, and I'm all for it forever being like a third jersey, but come on, we're 2024. If this ever happens, it'll be 2030. I mean, they can come up with something way better. Like if a new team, think about it this way. If there's ever a new expansion team that was never like a new city, like say North Dakota, I'm just trying to find something with an N, had a hockey team and they come up with a logo like that, what would you say? You would say a kid did it. So I am not a fan of that logo. I like the team name. Now I don't think they could even get that, like legally. Could they even get it? Because I think Colorado owns that name and logo. That's why they had it in the reverse retro. So would Colorado have to sell it to them? But why? Just come. I mean, I like the name Nordiques, and the name Nordiques sounds great. It sounds cool, but I just never liked that logo. I would, and if they can't use that, well, if they can use the name Nordiques, but I don't like that logo, might as well just come up with something better. And yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope well, let me know in the comments actually if you want to see the NHL expand, yes or no, and two, which team would you like to see first, and what team name do you think they should have? Like, would you be in favor of the Houston Aeros, Atlanta Thrashers, Arizona Coyotes, Quebec Nordiques, or would you want them to come up with something completely different? Let me know in the comments. I'm actually interested in knowing this. And if you like this kind of video, please hit the like and subscribe button. We're just under 400, so close though, so close. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I get to see you on the next one.